All right, everybody, welcome to our November ORB meeting. Thank you for coming. Let's see, I can make this work. So just as a really brief reminder, what ORB is that it stands for Opportunities for Research-Based Bridges, and it's an opportunity for us to come together once a month to have an opportunity to learn something that will be beneficial to us in the classroom or with our pre-ETS programs or working with youth and families with disabilities. That portion of the will last about 20 to 25 minutes. And then after that, we will hear from one of our school partners about something that they're doing that is wonderful, or maybe a problem that they're having, and give us an opportunity to collaborate around that. And then we also will ask for some feedback from you all as to what other topics you would like to hear about. I'm just going to ask everybody really quickly to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, your school district that you work at, and your role. So I will go first. I'm Amy Oswalt, and I am the project director for STAR. And I'm really excited to have you all here. Okay. Cindy, you want to go next?
Cindy Frazier, and we have Amy Whitty Hayes and Latasha Hudson here. And we're from Horatio.
Awesome. Thank you. Stephanie?
I'm Stephanie Riley. I am the self-contained and transition teacher at Star City. Mr. Tim, my LEA, is on his way, so he'll be joining us in just a second.
Awesome. Rebecca? Oh, Rebecca does not have a mic or a video, so I will introduce Rebecca. Rebecca is a special education teacher at MENA, and we had a career council kickoff meeting in MENA last night, so Rebecca and I got to spend a lot of time together. And so glad that we didn't completely wear her out last night partying, and that she's able to join us. And then we also have with us Shelby Knight. And Shelby, I'm going to introduce you, and then I'm going to let you introduce yourself. So Shelby is the director, right, Shelby, of Center for Exceptional Families. And so she is going to talk to us today about some of the great work that they are doing and how they can help you support the work that you're doing with youth and their families. So Shelby, you just let me know when you want me to switch slides.
Okay. All right. Are you ready for me then to present right now?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you are.
I'm ready. I'm excited about it. I made notes on who's attending so far. So that's y'all are all people we want to be in touch with. Absolutely. While Amy's bringing that up.
Oh, I didn't. I've got to share my screen. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll just share a little bit about myself. I have been in the parent center field now for 25 years. Next year will be my 25th year. And I am the parent of a person with autism. My son is 36, just turned 36. And for those of you who are Facebook friends with us, or with me, you would see that on October was Jeremiah's birthday month. So what he typically does is he posts it's the 22nd of October, but October the 1st overnight, he posts his birthday list. He posts a birthday list of things that he wants for his birthday. It's all numbered. The prices are listed. It's a hoot. It's I know that Amy sees it, but he posts that, and then when his birthday ends on the 22nd of October during the night, that list comes down and his Christmas list goes up. So it's always a hoot with Jeremiah. He's very entertaining. He's a easy to be with and easy to be around. And he struggles in lots of ways socially, of course, he struggles, but I think he's got a good, healthy attitude about most things. So I enjoy taking him with me when I go to conferences. I like for him to come along and bring his artwork with him. He has his own little art business, and I like for him to bring his work with him. And he shows and sells his work around the state, and I just think that's awesome. All of our folks have a talent to offer, and Jeremiah certainly uses his and is able to share it with others, and that's a really big deal. I think it's inspiring. But my role as parent center, I have been in this field, like I said, for 25 years next year, and I have loved the work. It's very rewarding. It is something that is precious to me and is personal to me. As a parent, I did not have a parent center to work with me. I did not have agencies that were available to me in the early 90s when we were involved in our first days of school. So, but I did know just enough about special education law to be dangerous. And I knew to make the certain kind of statement that would upset the school a little bit and make them think I was smarter than I was. And so I was a pill to work with in school. I was an absolute pill. I mean, I don't even think I had it together until Jeremiah was probably in the 6th grade. And then I started realizing, okay, you're going to have to, this is your lifelong duty now. And you've got to get in the middle of this and learn what you're doing and do it correctly. So I started the Parent Center in 2015. And from the very moment that I began, I knew that I wanted it to be something where parents would learn that they're working alongside their district. This is not us against them. We're all on the same team. My goal ultimately is to get parents to understand that we're all supposed to move together toward what the student needs. No one's going to win an IEP meeting. We're not here to win at the IEP meeting. We're here to work together and find ways we can connect to each other to do the right thing for the student. So, and that's kind of a struggle at times because parents, there's an awful lot of online groups nowadays that kind of gang up on our schools or gang up on procedures or gang up on policies that are in place. And so there's a lot of that going on, and it's a tough nut to crack for us, especially since the pandemic. But I'm really proud of the Parent Center. So let's go through, Amy, and we'll explain the Center for Exceptional Families. Let's move to the next one. Okay, and this is a mission statement that our board came up with. And it is to, like I said, we want to be with our families. We want to stand beside them and the adults with disabilities also, making sure that they're working hand in hand with their schools to create that bright future and that meaningful opportunity for education for all the students. It is so important that we just learn to work as a cohesive team. And this is a statement that they came up with to reflect that. Okay, next one. Okay, now this is basically what we do as an organization. You can read through that, and while you're reading through that, I'll tell you what we don't do. We don't go to schools and handle meetings for parents. We don't suggest that parents get an attorney. We don't do things like that. We try to advocate for children and adults. We want to collaborate with the families in their schools and their communities, because that's where the change is going to happen, is on the local level. And we support people with disabilities and their families and their partners in education. There's lots of times we'll get a phone call from a school district to say, look, we've got a mom that we just can't get her to the table. Can we invite you, or can we give her your phone number and you make a connection to her and help us help her? We get a lot of those calls, and I love them. I absolutely love them. Because we want to be a help to our school districts as in the same way that we're a help to our families. Okay, next slide.
May go peek. I want you back here. You got 30 seconds.
He's yelling at somebody. This
Uh-oh.
is our a list of our board of directors, and as you can see, it's very varied across the state. It's important that we have statewide representation. So we've done a pretty good job of that. Now, I'm based in Jonesboro, so there are a few more Jonesboro people on here than there are from other areas, but it's very important that we have statewide representation. So and I know that Cindy Frazier has been on our board in the past. Cindy was one of our members. Goodness, Cindy, I guess it's probably been, I think that was in our first 5 years you were on the board. But we're always searching for people that want to make a difference and help us help their district. So if board membership is something you're interested in, we meet once a month for about 2 hours on a Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. And we do all that via Zoom. So if it's something you're interested in, send me an email. And the application's on our website also. Okay, next slide. Okay, now these are the goals, specific goals that we put in place on our grant application that was approved this past summer, providing assistance to families. Now, we do that in a plethora of ways, of course, providing assistance through attendance at IEP meetings. We don't run those meetings. We attend with parents. We coach them ahead of time for that IEP meeting to make sure that they understand their rights and responsibilities, what they want to get covered in that meeting. We coach them on, look, we're gonna spend an hour at your meeting. We're not going to stay past an hour. If you're used to having 4-hour IEP meetings, we're not going to come at all because we can't get a lot. We can't get a lot done in a situation like that. Let's focus, focus, focus. So we provide assistance to families to get them ready for that. Creating opportunity for youth is a focus for us as well. We're partnering with 6 parent centers across the southern United States. We've created a program called Independent Futures That Work. It's great information for students who are transitioning from high school to adult life. And that information is listed on our website also. Increasing engagement between families and professional communities. This is also key because everybody's connected online these days. They're connected online and there's no families connecting in a room in a support group like they used to. So creating new pathways to increase that engagement between the families and their professional communities is so key to keep up with good services. And then we conduct outreach programs to underserved groups. We have a Hispanic coordinator that lives in the Conway area, and she reaches out to families because, so many times our families are not equipped. Spanish speaking families are not equipped at the IEP table. They don't know what to ask for. They don't know if they can ask for anything, and they certainly don't want to draw any attention to themselves. So those students, if you guys aren't taking up the slack, they're slipping through the cracks. Okay, next slide. This is a little bit of our data. And this data changes every single day. 170 workshops conducted in the past 2 years. All the IEPs, we've attended 204 IEPs. And like I said earlier, we try not to attend as many meetings. We don't have the budget for it. Number one, we're not funded to drive all over the state and attend IEP meetings, but we do spend a lot of time prepping parents online and prepping parents one-to-one mentoring to get them ready for their IEPs. And I don't mind if staff attend via Zoom, but we just cannot be up and down the highway across the state to attend in person. It's just too difficult. And then almost 3,000 phone calls. I'm sure we passed that number by now. Almost, yeah, I'm sure we have. Okay, next slide. All right, now you can see that the PTI grant is the majority of our funding. It is a full 80%. Now, we're funded at $250,000 a year, which is a very small amount of money. Very small. We do the best we can with that. We have a staff of 7, including myself. Everybody handles a region of the state, 10 to 15 counties each, but it's a very limited amount of funding. There are 22 other parent centers in the nation who also receive level funding at $250,000. So, that's half of us are in pretty bad shape. We look for other ways to find that money, and we have separate pots of money. They're smaller to help us offset that. But it's a hard sell at $250. It's a really hard sell. And right after the pandemic, they gave us a boost of $50,000. And I acted like it was $1 million because it was just amazing to us that they'd give us an extra $50,000. And that's when we hired our Hispanic coordinator and one other person a receptionist. We hired a receptionist. So 2 positions for $50,000. Yes. Next slide. Okay, this is some of the feedback that we get, and every single thing that we do, when we complete an interaction with the family, we ask them to complete a survey form, whether that's via text message or after an IEP meeting. We hand out little survey forms and we get feedback from families because we want to be sure that what we're putting out there for them is quality and that they're benefiting from it. So these are some of the comments that participants have made, and even service providers. We have a wonderful toolkit project that I'll discuss with you shortly, and we get a lot of good feedback from service providers about the toolkit. Okay. And there's me. Goodness gracious. I guess we could change that 35 to 36 since Jeremiah's had a birthday now. And this is our region. Like I said, everybody has about 10 to 15 counties each to cover. And this is hard to do with the small staff that we have and a very small travel budget of $8,000 a year, y'all. That's tiny. It's very small. So we do the best we can with what we're given. And all of our people are very, very dedicated to this work. Most of the Parent Center staff are parents of persons with disabilities themselves. So it takes a unique kind of person to make this small amount of money and make the impact that they do. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, next slide. Now, Karen Lutrick, you can see that Karen, she handles Central and Southwest. Karen has been in this field for a very long time, as long as I have, really. I've worked with her in our previous positions at Arkansas Disability Coalition. Karen has a son who is hearing impaired. Teresa Hendricks works in the northeast corner up here in my region of the state, and Teresa is retired special education supervisor, and she's just wonderful. Both these ladies are top notch. And then we have Keith Watson, who is in the Delta for us, which is actually very fortunate because Keith used to be a high school administrator in the Wynn School District. So he has connections down there, and he's able to get into daycares and providers that we need to be doing business with. He's able to get in those doors and have those conversations, and he's just been wonderful, absolutely terrific to work with. Tiffany Sloan handles the northwest portion of the state and the River Valley. I would love to find the funds to split that up and put somebody in the Fort Smith area because that's a very long drive to get down there and take care of things in the Fort Smith area when she lives in Bentonville. So difficult to do, but she's fantastic. She's got great experience in early childhood. So she's our early childhood coordinator for the Parent Center. And then Brandy Sandersfeld. Brandy works in the north central region of the state. She's has a degree in rehab counseling, so she's uniquely qualified to help us with our Independent Futures at Work program, which addresses the teens and young adults who are moving out of high school. She's got that background. She's able to connect with them. She hosts a monthly session that we call the Hangout, and she does it via Zoom and connects to students who are moving into the next part of their lives. And so she provides resources. She has a 10-minute session where she teaches them a little soft skill. Then we move on to harder topics. We play a little game. We give away some door prizes, and then we call it a night. And Brandy is fabulous at that, connecting to these students. It's great to watch her. I love to just log in and watch her with these students. And then Candy Corona is our multinational outreach coordinator, and she handles the entire state. She lives in Conway, but she drives the entire state to work with families who need services and don't understand what's available to them. And then Jerica gets the phone, bless her heart. Somebody's got to get that phone. It rings all the time. We have an intake system on our website where parents can request a toolkit. And I told her about 6 months ago, go ahead and add me into that. Make sure that I also want to get a copy of those emails when they come in. I'm about to ask her to take me off of it because it's constant and it's a constant ringing bell that I'm getting an email where someone is requesting services. It is a great thing. But Jerica handles all that for us. She ships out toolkits every single day. Something is going out in paper form, packet form for families, whether that's the toolkit 3-ring binder or a packet on a specific disability. And mom and dad don't have the availability to have it printed on their own or resources on their telephone. We're sending out paper material still. These are our little projects that we do. I don't know if any of y'all have heard of Sensory Cinema. That is a project that we do in Fort Smith and in Jonesboro. We're considering taking it on in the West Memphis area next spring. But Sensory Cinema is a great way to engage on a social level with our parents and their children. We conduct Sensory Cinema here in Jonesboro. We started it 15 or 10 years ago. It's just a way to get the kids to get to go to the movies and have like a regular movie experience, a regular social outing with their families. We have lowered the volume of the movie a little bit. We raised the lights a little bit so everybody can see mom and dad pretty easily. It's just been a terrific experience. I've had sometimes 400 people show up to attend a movie here in Jonesboro. It's a wonderful thing. And then I stay throughout the movie, even if I'm not into the show. I'll stay out in the lobby. And then if somebody has to step out with their kiddo, then we can have one-to-one time, have some great conversations, get a game going for the child to play with, so that mom still feels successful. We're trying something new. It's so very important. So I'm really, really proud of Sensory Cinema, and we want to grow it across the state. I really do. Our Independent Futures That Work, I mentioned that earlier. That's a fantastic collaboration between 6 parent centers in the southern region of the U.S. And we're working every day to develop new and interesting information for students who are in the transition to adult life. There's so many things that you just don't think about, that you take for granted, that everybody knows, and our students need that help to get there. And so this is a great way to do that. And we have a whole tab on our website dedicated to Independent Futures That Work, and there's a lot of great resources listed there. Our parent toolkits, we can't keep them. We just can't. I order 3-ring binders. I order 100 a week usually from Amazon, and we ship them to Wynn School District and to the Harrisburg School Districts, and they pay their students through their AWIN program. They pay those students to collate a toolkit for us, and then we pick them up from those districts, house them here at my office, which is in my home here in Jonesboro, and then we ship them out. Jerica ships them out constantly. And the toolkit is a great resource for families. It's a 3-ring binder that has 10 tabs in it that hold the IEP, the 504, or the IEP or the 504, behavior plans, PTOT speech, samples of the work, parents' rights. It's just a fantastic resource. And we work with our families. We have a whole presentation that we created so that they can understand they've got to take that toolkit with them. This is your shield. This is what you take with you when you go to your IEP meeting. Learn how to use it. Learn how to find your IEP quickly. Learn what each page of your IEP is about. And really, it helps the parents buy into that, because as a young mother, when I was attending my son's IEP meetings, I was scared to death of those people, because they all had degrees. They're the people they're so much smarter than me. So I would take my own little notebook in with me and keep notes in it. And it kind of gave me a calm, to help me get through that meeting. So that's how we kind of developed this thing, that and the fact that I have OCD, and I think everybody should have a 3-ring binder full of all the resources that they need for their student. So this has been a great resource for families. We run out as quick as we get an order filled at Wynn or Harrisburg. We ship them right out, and we run out of them constantly. It is a fantastic resource for families. And then, of course, we have partnerships across the state. We do have several partnerships that pay for the toolkit. We have a relationship currently with Summit, one of the passes, and they are providing toolkits for all of their members. And then Department of Ed, we recently entered into a collaboration with them to provide toolkits, 750 toolkits spread out across the state. Always searching for new partners. Myers Davis wants to get in on it, they say, and I'd love to get with the other passes and get them to participate with us also. The main thing is getting these things out to everybody that needs one. Okay, next. And that's our Sensory Cinema. We have these posters planted everywhere. It's just a great thing. It's a wonderful project that we get to do, and I'm so proud of it. It's one of my favorite things, even though it's a social and not educational. It is one of my favorite things, because it's so important as a family that you get to do typical things as a family out in the community, and it's just a wonderful thing. And there's a picture of our toolkit. You can't really see it very well right there. But we do have additional sponsor in Ag for Autism. Those people are here in Northeast Arkansas. and they pay for the toolkits for their membership for students with autism. It is a wonderful thing. They've been doing that for several years, as has Summit. I think Summit's in their 3rd year partnership with us now.
Shelby, I just want to mention something. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Okay.
I really like that on the very front of the notebook is a place for your child's picture,
Oh,
because
yes.
I think that is so important. And I think sometimes that as professionals, when the child is not in the room, um, the conversation seems to kind of be more theoretical.
Yep.
Um and always having that centering of, we are talking and having that person's, at least that person's picture there,
That's
helps to
right.
guide that conversation.
That's right.
And so I'm really glad that you guys included that on the
And
front.
I'm gonna add to that, and I'm gonna say that picture spot right there goes back to Shelby's OCD when Jeremiah was in the 7th grade, and I'm carrying his notebook back and forth to class. His notebook had a pocket on the back side where I was able to put in pictures of Jeremiah doing typical things, riding a 4-wheeler, on a jet ski, riding a horse. I mean, mowing the grass. I'm able to do those. I put those things on the back of that so they could see that there's more to Jeremiah than just this IEP that you're looking at here in front of you. There's so much more to this guy. And I did it because I'm prideful. I mean, I'm proud of my son. I'm proud of what he's able to do. But I remember one day I left the notebook at home, and when I got into my meeting, the SRO was there, which was kind of a typical thing for us because my boy could, clock somebody pretty easily. And they bring in the SRO for our IEP meeting, like he's not even going to be there. But still, the SRO said, "Where's that book? I want him to see the book." And it's huge to me. I'll never forget it because he'd heard about it. The SRO had heard about Jeremiah can do other things. It's not just about hitting and kicking and punching. He can do other things. So it is important that the picture be there. It is, yes. Very important. I'm glad you noticed that. Okay, now here's what's included in that toolkit. Communication log, and we have a presentation where we go through each one of these tabs so that parents understand that each one of these tabs has a reason for being there and is part of the process of learning how to advocate for your kiddo. So communication log, we explain to parents, every time you have a conversation with your district, you need to write it down. Write it down, who you spoke to, what day you called them, so you can go back and refer to that. Of course, the IEP or the 504 conference notes. Now, the conference notes is actually the agenda for the IEP because we work with mom and dad prior to that IEP. What do we want to discuss? We're going to keep this meeting in as short a time as possible. We're not going to go past an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most. We're not going to go a long time. So let's talk about the things that we want to discuss. What's your main things we need to get covered in this meeting today? So we write up an agenda we help the parents utilize the agenda that's in place for them. And then student data, there's a tab for student data, so everything stays current. So mom's not looking through boxes and boxes or loose papers. She brings loose papers with her. We've got student data prepared and ready to go. Related services are there also. All reports from OT, PT, and speech are there. Medical records are always helpful to have them handy. Behavior plan when necessary, transition when necessary. And then, of course, parents' rights. Every school hands out a copy of the parents' rights, and parents usually sign that piece of paper and hand the paper back over, and they don't take the parents' rights home. And they need to do it. They need to do it. They need to keep a current copy in their toolkit. And then we have 20 or so pages in the back side of it, just one pagers for different services that are available, Medicaid in schools, DESE's All-In project. We're going to put information there about dyslexia. That's as soon as we get that flyer developed with Mary at Department of Ed. Add so many different things to it that are just one
That's
pagers.
too much.
I need a drink, man.
Sorry,
I can get one of your coats to take my medicine.
dude, I'm on a Zoom. I'm in a meeting.
This is the 6 states that we work with Independent Futures that work. I mentioned that earlier. This is a great project. Get on our website and take a look at that tab, Independent Futures that work. We worked really hard to find out what resources we have in each state. Then what we're lacking, we compared lists for each state to see what we're lacking in Arkansas. And then we just kind of dove in. We all just dove into it and created some fantastic resources for students, for teachers to use in the classroom, and then for students as they're leaving high school to get ready for that next step. Okay, independent futures at work. The focus is on transition, learning how to live, learn, and work outside that school experience. You know, so many of our students are not prepared. They are not prepared. When it's time to leave high school, it's heartbreaking the number of phone calls we get from parents who ask us, as their child is in their senior year, what do we do next? And those conversations need to be happening when we're 14. Let's start when we're 14. I mean, my staff are not even afraid to have that transition conversation at age 10. We need to start saying the word transition so much earlier than we do. We really do, because parents are not prepared for their students to leave school when it's time to graduate. What is next? Arkansas doesn't have a lot available for students after high school. So we've got to get prepared to know what is next, what's available. And I think Independent Futures at Work does that. These are the partnerships that we have across the state. And there's so many others. We gain new ones on the regular, and I love that. I want to be able to work with all of our all the entities in the state that are serving kids with disabilities. We want to have good relationships with all of them because we work collectively. I want the Parent Center to be a part of these other organizations and be a partner and be listed with them to help them serve these families. And that's just important to me personally. I think we go further if we're working together. And certainly because we're funded so little, we have to ride the coattails of some of these bigger groups for sure. Okay, now these are the things that we have to offer. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got lots of social media presence. I don't understand anything past that Facebook thing. I might look at Instagram a little bit, but I don't know TikTok and I don't know Discord. We do have newsletters that we send out regularly. And then we've got a great website, fantastic resources on it. And these are some of the things that we do regularly. We have a webinar Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, Karen Lutrick goes on and discusses independent futures that work and shares an online workshop experience with anyone who wants to log in and participate with her on Wednesdays. We have Facebook Live trainings and webinars that are held specifically on Facebook because that's what people enjoy, that Facebook. They really do. And they'll get on and watch we had one recently with an attorney who came on and talked about special needs trust. And it was fantastic, the participation from staff, because they're getting their questions answered by a real attorney for free. So it was fantastic. Our online hangout is huge for our students with disabilities. They're really enjoying that time together, and it's been very beneficial. Teresa Hendricks does our tips on Tuesdays for us, and they're just little 5-minute segments where she might discuss something that's current, a situation that's going on that, or, like maybe Act 565 or something that we've just heard of. And she'll get on here and share a little bit of news about that one. And that's a great quick resource for families too. There's our contact information. We're available. All the staff are part-time except for me. Everybody works 20 hours a week. I work full-time. But we're always available. You can reach us through Facebook Messenger. You can email us. That's our toll-free number. But we're always available to help. If someone contacts us after hours, they'll get a generated message that just says we'll be with you at 8 a.m. That's just how we do it. But we're always available.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us about your work, Shelby.
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody have any questions for Shelby?
Shelby, I'm curious. Thank you so much, and I'm thrilled you're a partner with Star, and we are working together in various ways. Thank you for sharing some of those challenges that parents are attending to as we're supporting families in this area. Should we be reaching out to, was it Keith? Is it Keith who's kind of supporting that area of the state specifically that Star is also targeting?
If you're in the Delta, yes. Now, are you in Pine Bluff?
Yep.
And Pine Bluff is Jefferson County, correct?
Yeah, we currently are working with Karen Lutrick
Yes,
in
Okay.
Pine Bluff,
yes.
and she has connected me with Keith. And so we will be also working with Keith in the
Okay.
very near future. Yeah, so I think
Wonderful.
that's a great question.
Wonderful. Yes, he's ready. And Karen manages Pine Bluff and loves Star. Boy, she just loves it and brags on y'all. We meet as a staff every Monday morning at 10 o'clock, and she's always got something to offer us from you folks. So I think that's fantastic. But we do want to get Keith involved in it. He's going to be a great resource for it. I love that we have him.
I'm wondering if we could
So
also connect on the parent toolkits, particularly for the families that, or the kids that were, not kids, youth that we're supporting in those areas.
Mhm. Do you want toolkits for them?
Yeah, maybe you and I and Amy could just follow up on that at another time.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
We
and
would love that.
I think we
we
can
do have
support that.
we do have a question in the chat. Number one, can we get the slides? I'm happy to send the slides out.
That's
And
fine.
but I will say that the presentation, this part of the presentation will also be recorded and be available on the STAR website. And we have also, Shelby also has a pre-recorded presentation of this and that is also on the STAR website. And it's probably on your website too, right, Shelby?
Yes, should be. Yes.
Okay. So you can have access to it that way too. Are you okay with me sharing your slides with
Oh,
the
absolutely.
group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No problem whatsoever.
And then we have one more question. It says, I love the idea of the parent toolkit. How do I get one?
Oh, yay. Okay, awesome. Go to our website and click on request for services, and you can request a toolkit there. Jerica will see that. You'll have to complete a little bit of information for us, just a little one pager to get some knowledge about you, and she will ship that right out to you. And is this a teacher that's asking that question? Who was it that asked?
Yes, I have two teachers, but I know one of them is a parent of a child with a disability. I'm not
Okay.
sure about the other one. Teacher
A
and a
teacher and
parent.
a parent.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, perfect. Yes, Rebecca, just do an intake on that website and we'll get it right out to you. Absolutely. And we love to, if you feel like you would need them for the students in your class, I mean, please let us connect, let us do that also. And we will come down and make a presentation, to your parents. We would certainly do it on a parent night, if you have those in your district. We do quite a bit of that up here in Northeast Arkansas, where the school sets up a parent night and parents come in and learn about the services, or they might learn about the OTPT speech aspect, and just have a quick session with them. But we're willing to bring toolkits for everyone in your classroom and do this presentation for them and hand these things out free, no charge for them. Department of Ed's
Yeah.
paying for them, and we want to get them out to the students. But we would love to get to do parent nights with our districts. It's very important. I have been going on all the time up here in Northeast Arkansas, but like I said, I've been in this field for 25 years. But I would love to get them moved out toward the Delta. We need to be in the classrooms. We need to be on those campuses to meet these families one-to-one and have conversations with them. Because we bring more than just the toolkit. We're going to bring them resources about what's available. I mean, parents that don't know about AR-HIP, you know, they don't know about the most basic, that some of them don't even know about waiver. And so we can bring that information to them. And it's just life changing. If we can get in the room with parents, it's sometimes life changing, and we want to do that.
And I think going back to Suzanne's statement about getting these toolkits out to parents and school districts, I think that the parent nights are definitely something that STAR could help support as well.
I would love to do them. Love to.
Yeah. So, yeah, so we can get together and figure out what that would look like. Because I know Rebecca said she would love to have a parent night.
Mhm.
And I know that's something that a lot of our schools are working on, is having parent nights. And so
Yes.
that would be a great session to have as part
Yes.
of that.
We would love to do it. We would love to do it. I enjoy that so much. We have a very successful one over at the Wynn School District with Glenda Vance before Glenda retired.
Mhm.
Now we have Miss Shunda Murphy doing it with us, and she just has the lunch ladies make up some lemonade and cookies, and then they bring in 2 or 3 speakers, and we each get about 15 minutes with families. And it's ideal. It's just ideal. And the kids are there. They've got a couple of seniors watching the kiddos and playing some games. And we do door prizes, and it's just a great way to connect with those families who need that support. And I'm just so, that's my favorite thing to do is parent night. It's my favorite thing. I know.
What's the best way to make make those happen? What's the next best step in terms of communicating and scheduling for Rebecca and Chris? Oh,
You can email me. I'll be that funnel. If they just want to email me, then I'll make that introduction to the parent mentor in their region, and we'll get that moving.
thank you, Shelby.
Shelby, do you mind putting your email in the chat?
I'll do it.
And I also want to say that I have some parent center flyers that Shelby gave me to pass out. So if you would like a flyer or two to hang up, please let me know, and I'm happy to mail those to you so you can put them up in your building.
And we have so many posters available, so many, and we don't mind at all to mail them. Jericho will mail you several for each campus, whatever you need from us. Goodness, whatever you need, just let me know and we'll get it out to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelby, for joining us and sharing about the work you do. I think it's so important.
Well,
And you know, I was this teacher for a long time, and parents only know what they know.
yes,
And I think it's so important that we educate parents so that they can make good decisions
yes,
for their children.
yes.
And so I really appreciate the work that you and your crew do.
Well, I appreciate that. And everybody's so dedicated. They are dedicated to what we're trying to do for families, because we're all families. We've all been through it ourselves. And so it's just wonderful to be able to help somebody else and give them a better outlook. It's a better
Yeah.
outlook. And sometimes you can do that with just a simple conversation. You can change the trajectory of someone's life with a phone conversation. And it's just a wonderful thing.
Well, and all parents want the best for their children.
That's
And
right.
so
That's right.
making sure that they have all the information they need to make those decisions is really important.
And I appreciate you letting me come on and talk about it, because this is my favorite thing to talk about.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay for the next part, but you're also welcome to jump off if you need to.
Now, I've got another one in at 3:00, so I got to go get ready for that one.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. So I am going to stop the recording, I think.